Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with occasional review. Today's video is going to be my setup in my 2022 Hobonichi weeks. I thought I would start out with my covers. It is snowing currently on and off outside, so who knows how this video is going to turn out. I might have to put on a filter just so it doesn't look so crazy and like a dungeon in here. But anyway, I am trying not to buy any covers. Why? Because I don't need any more covers, and also I think buying a cover for any kind of planner adds more pressure to have to use it, and I like to go in and out of planners and not feel the guilt. So haven't broken that rule yet. Well, sort of, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so let's focus on these two. I'm just now noticing that my desk is not as clean as I thought it was, and a wipe down would have been a good call, Sylvia. But anyway, we're already here. So these are the two covers I've used with the Hobonichi weeks over the years. Let's start with this one. This is the Filofax Saffiano, and there is another planner cover by Filofax similar to this one. The Saffiano, I'm unzipping it. No, I am rezipping it, sorry. It says right here, Filofax Saffiano Compact Organizer. I've had this since 2016, I think, since my first Hobonichi week, something like that. This one has a removable ring system, and the other one that's similar to the Saffiano, but I don't remember, it's called like the Penny Bridge or something weird. It has the actual rings built into it, and it's not removable, and they sit here in the center. So this guy is cool, except for the fact that it's never going to lie completely flat. There is some kind of plastic here that makes this always round, and in order to keep that shape, it's never going to do what we want it to do, which is to be flat. So it's really not that serious, honestly. If you have your Hobonichi weeks, this is mine from this year. We still have a few days left in this year. I usually, like, anytime I'm in here, do I have a blank page? Yeah. I kind of just hold it with this hand and write with the other, and it's not that serious. So don't take it as this is the worst thing ever and it's always going to fight you. Even now that the book's in there, it stays open pretty okay by itself. But just be aware, because some people, that can really annoy them. I'm sorry if it does. I also like this system because there are two sections in here. So if you are the type of person who likes the envelope system, you can go ahead and put the rings back in here, which I'm thinking about doing this year. Also, I keep my wallet on this side, and then any cash that's already spent on this side. That way I don't think I have more money than I actually do, because that happens to me all of the time. And then I spend it and I'm like, hey, wait, where's that money I was supposed to save for a specific something or other? And this, of course, is just something that I ironed on to the inside of this stretchy guy, which is also really cool. So lots of pockets, and I also like that everything is safe and secure because it zips all the way around. And I love the fact that this is red and it matches really nicey nice with my cover for 2022. The other cover I have in here is the Mortem cover for the weeks, and this is in black with the pebbled leather. So I like this, but I don't like it as much as the Saffiano, just because it doesn't have a zip around, so it doesn't always feel secure when I have all of my wallet stuff in here. Also, I like to take out my Hobonichi weeks and just use this as a wallet. This will keep its structure just fine. This one will not. So when you take the Hobonichi weeks out of here, the pockets don't seem as tight and my cards like fall out slightly. You would probably have to put two in here, and I like just having one. So that becomes an issue. Again, if you're just going to keep your Hobonichi weeks in here all of the time, it's not that serious. You could definitely fit a mega in, I believe, either one of these covers. Don't quote me on that because I've never owned one. I always get like an artist cover, so I never want to put this side in here. But I feel like once I put all of my other stuff in here, my cards are pretty secure. It still freaks me out a little bit. This does have a back pocket, which the other one does not, which is really nice, but this one does have cool pockets. You know how I feel about these stupid little thingamajiggers. I use them sometimes because they're cool. They have like faux leather at the ends, so they're a little bit more weighted down than the Hobonichi bookmarks that come with it that I tear out every single year or I tape down. The pen loop situation on here is a lot better than in here, I should mention. This is the pen. See if this will focus. There you go. This is the pen that I use. I got from Jet Pens. It comes in different colors. I think it has like 3 standard or maybe 4 standard colors of ink. It's a ballpoint pen. It has a very thin grip right here so that it fits very nicely in here, and I have no struggles when I need to use it quickly because that becomes an issue for me. So I highly recommend this pen if you decide to match it with a situation like this, or you have an elastic that's really, really small and doesn't fit very large pens. So I will go ahead and start out in the Filofax Saffiano, but I have this one for a backup, and it's really just not that bad. It just doesn't work as well as a wallet if you don't have this in there. Sometimes I just want to have my Hobonichi Weeks in my wallet. And sometimes I just want to have my Hobonichi Weeks in my purse without a cover on cover on cover, if that makes sense, because I have a plastic cover on mine. Is that what you call it? I don't really know. Now we are on to the Hobonichi Weeks itself for 2021. I am going to try to put it over here a little bit so that my ring light is not so rough. Anyway, we got to work with the lighting. So this cover is by Saul. I think it's in the back here. Leiter. Let me see. Yeah. Saul Leiter. It's called Footprints. This is from 1950 and it's beautiful. At first I thought, oh my gosh, this ring light, I'm going to hold it like this. At first I thought this cover was actually a painting because of the footprints and how bright the red is in the umbrella, but it's actually a photograph, which was like, it blew my mind. When you look down here, let me see if I can pull this guy up, and you look at the hedge, and I mean, I'm assuming this is some kind of bench. It's just, I don't know, you can really tell that this is a photo. But when you look over here, this actually looks like it was painted. So I thought, well, maybe it's a combination of the two or something, and this is some type of effect that he does. But actually, he's really well known, and I will link a video down below that I highly recommend you watch it, even if you don't have this cover, because he's just such a cool artist, and he's actually American, which I thought was pretty awesome. I think every other person I've ever had, like the cover like this, has been Japanese, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, he used to use different techniques, like his film, he would expose it to high temperatures and low temperatures because he liked the effects that it would do to the film. And this is like probably one of those effects here, and why it looks like it's a painting here and then a photo down there. He also, his photos always look like they're kind of slightly collaged, which I really like that look. And he would do that by using images, like taking pictures through mirrors or through windows. Like this one is actually a picture through a window, and it just looks so cool. And he never used any kind of filters or anything like that. So I don't know, I highly recommend checking out his work. It's absolutely beautiful. And there's something about both of these photos to me that kind of look a little haunting. I like looking at photos and I feel like I'm haunted by them later. And it's not always in a negative way. It's just that they stay with me, if that makes sense. So let's talk about my cover. So I bought, I'm already laughing about this. I bought a stripy stripe cover, right? It's like a pinstripe cover. It was so beautiful. And I bought that in my like early in the AM shopping when I wasn't in my right mind. And I put it on here and it covered way too much of this beautiful artwork. So I took it off and put on my old cover. Now this has been this little flappy thing here. It's like a page holder. I had never pulled or peeled this up rather ever, because one time I was scarred for life. I watched a video where someone did that, you know, in their video, and they ripped it. And I was like, oh my God, that's totally gonna be me. So I've always left it down, but this year I decided to use it. Like I mentioned, it's supposed to be a page holder, so you can do something like that and keep your place in your Hobonichi Weeks. But I decided to go ahead and put like this Velcro situation on here that I've seen people do before to keep it closed. That way I wouldn't have to have a cover on cover on cover, or put it in something like this, because I could just throw it in my purse like this and not feel like my Tomoe River paper bubbly thin pages were going to get bent up. I also am using my, I was going to say File FX, good lord, my friction pen. This is the Biz 2 in the 0.38. I had to think about that for a moment, and it fits in here nicey nice. If I need it to be tighter, I can make it tighter like that, and it's perfect. If I need it to be a wider loop for a bigger pen, I can do that as well if I switch this out for something else. Plus I have a bunch of friction multi-barrel pens as well. So move my pen off to the side and let's talk about this guy. So this is my Hobonichi stencil, and it sits right here. Hopefully I will use this more. I've already started using it because we're 2 days into this week, and I just haven't had any time to film this, you guys, until now. So, okay, so I pulled inspiration from the cover because I mentioned that these are like, this is my color scheme for like life. Anything with gray, black, and white and like one pop of color is who I am as a person. So I pulled inspiration from this beautiful photo, and I went to Canva and I just printed out a bunch of these pictures that were all the same color scheme, and I love them. And I didn't actually do, can I move this over? It's probably going to shine for a moment. I didn't really cover every single crevice like I would have before. I just wanted to leave some space to write some quotes or put some stickers, you know, so this is kind of like what I would consider a soft setup. Nothing is completely finished. Last year in this Hobonichi, I already put it up over here, the arrival cover, which I loved, I filled out like every single page in the back, in the notes and everything. I was like, I had a plan, and there was no room basically for me to grow or to change, and that was just the worst mistake ever. So I've made it kind of loosey-goosey this year. Again, some more photos from Canva. I can write my word of the year down here. I have some space here for a quote that I could write this way. So I'm excited about the fact that it can still grow with me, if that makes sense. This, okay, I'm sorry about this, but I've been kind of out of control, and I've just been signing up for everything, all kinds of blogs and newsletters. And I think that this is the Planner Spot newsletter. Like if you sign up for her newsletter, you get this for free, but I can't remember. A lot of people have had these in their planners, in their setups. So I thought, oh, that's so cool. I'm going to put it in here because it looked pretty. So I printed it on vellum, and that's nothing new. A lot of people have been doing that. And I put some pictures behind here. You can kind of see that layered effect, again, pulling from the artist, because I don't know, when you look at his art, it's just so cool. And the fact that he was doing it way before anyone else, I mean, this was in the 1950s. It's just, I don't know, he's a genius. Anyway, these are stickers from Sterling Ink, and I put another one on this side, so it gives kind of a layered effect. And of course, one down here. This page was a hot mess. So first of all, you know those little stickers that go up here that you can buy from people that say Monday through Sunday, and they say what, you know, month it is? I had some of those left. I put them on here. I hated them. I hated them. I hated them. And so I ripped them off and I peeled up the page. Let's see if it will focus there. But I peeled up a lot of the page because this is Bible-y thin Tomoe River paper, and it was the worst. So I put these on here, and these are, I think, by Traveler's Company, I want to say, the sticker kit. I had a bunch left over, and I just put these on here with some brown, excuse me, craft sticky notes. And these are really beautiful dragonflies from Sterling Ink as well. And if you move them, they have a little bit of what they call the holographic pieces in there. I haven't done anything with this. I thought maybe I would do maybe deposits or withdrawals, like money here. Also weight. I never show this with anyone, and I know that. I never share it with anyone, rather, I should say, because I never do it. I never do anything with it. So this is one of those things I'm kind of leaving open, and I'm going to figure it out as I go, and hopefully I will use it. We'll see how it goes. No promises. Moving in a little bit. So I didn't do anything with December because I wasn't in here for December. I was trying to wait until the first day of January when all my other planners start, or for that first week that January 1st falls in, rather, because I had that whole epiphany about the fact that I start this planner rather too early, and then I move into the other ones and neglect this one. So I tried not to start it and I didn't, and I'm very proud of myself. So here I just took some Tombow markers, and I know this might look like a little crazy hot mess, which normally I'm not interested in doing, but I don't care. I'm trying some new stuff and I think it's fine. So the regular pen in here, and the friction pen, is dark enough to write on this gray, not this one, and it's dark enough to write on the red. But I also have, maybe not near me, I do, these Jelly Roll pens. I also have one by, what is it called, Signo, and it can write over this stuff, anything that I want, and I just thought it would be fun to try this out. I also should mention that I bought some monthly stickers that go on here that are not going to be here anytime this year. Who knows if they'll even be here next year, and some for the sides. If you look at, let me show you the difference between this year and last year. I had tabs forever, right? Up at the top. And on the side. In here, I have none because they haven't gotten to me yet. And now I'm thinking that's a great thing, because when you close this, I forgot to mention, and you have your pen here, and you want to keep it nicey nice like that, it would hit up against any tabs I had in here. So currently, I don't have any of those stickers because they're not here yet. But I do have marking the 3 major sections. So the monthly and the weekly and the note section in the back are these cool, I always forget what they're called, index clips by Midori. I finally got some after they were always sold out. They always had gold. I wanted silver because it's matchy with the gray. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I ended up getting those. Thank you, Amazon Japan. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the monthly. I did put some Hobonichi stickers that I had for forever since I bought my first Hobonichi in like 2016, 17. And in the larger Hobonichis, if you put these horizontally instead of vertically, they fit in there nicey nice. So I have them marking some holidays and birthdays until they kind of ran out. See, there's some here, more there. But I haven't set this up yet because it's not January 1st, and I'm still waiting on a couple of things to decide what's actually going to go on here. I don't think I'm going to do any like habit tracking. I see people do that down here, which is cool. But I think I'm pretty shit about habit tracking, and therefore it would be better for me, is this even focused? Sorry, if I just habit track all in one place, and there's already a nice habit tracker already drawn out in my Jibun Techo DAYs. So as a lazy planner, I feel like I'm not going to draw it out in here, and I feel like that's fair, right? I think it's fair. On to the week. So this is what my weekly setup looks like. I have a slight pencil mark down here. It's not even down the center. I wanted more space here than I did here, but not a third. That makes sense. And at first I thought this was going to bother me because I get a little anal about stuff like that, but it's not that serious. So on this side, I'm basically doing any appointments and or, I was going to say appointments and or, what's the other thing besides appointments? Events. Thank you, Sylvia. I was thinking about it for a moment. Over here off to the side, here we are on the second day of this week, and I was able to wait. I mean, look, I didn't use it. I didn't use it. So I'm probably going to end up putting a bunch of different ideas that I find as I go on throughout the year of layouts I want to try in these front pages. If not, I could probably just cover them, and that's okay too. This side is basically for my daily tasks. I thought about putting some kind of chart over here for reading, but I decided maybe I should just write it in, and that's okay. So that's what I'm doing currently right now, and I'm writing in what we actually eat, even though down here we have like a meal plan system. This is how I like pre-plan my meal plan, and over here I write down what we actually do eat, because sometimes I plan this out and then we end up eating something else. So there's that. Over here I have sections. Let me pull this up and see if it'll focus. Over here I have sections where it says this week. So we have events, project 1, TV and movies. Then we have the books that I am reading for the week, project 2. So this is usually not a writing project. And then I have my book club book that I need to read for this month. And I tend to read that towards the end of the month, so it's fresh in my mind, which can cause some problems if I don't read fast enough, but I'm pretty good about it so far. It's only like month 2, so I can't really say. Anyway, then the videos that I want to make for that week. And I think that this is going to work out. This is my first time trying it. And I have weekly tasks here, so I can just write like kind of like a running to-do list, and anything that doesn't get done here, excuse me, I can forward to the next week. I did go ahead and highlight this in red the first day of the new year. Then we move on to the notes section. I'm sorry, again, this might have been a freebie for signing up for something. I don't remember. If I link it down below, that means I remember where I got it from. If I don't, it's because I don't remember. I'm so sorry, but it was really cute and I printed it on vellum. So the notes section here is pretty, there's just not a lot of space for me. So I always cover this page before with a Hobonichi, what's it called? Note page from my old Hobonichis. And that way I have more notes. My note section index rather is over here and here. Now for some reason, my index works really well in a Hobonichi Weeks, and I remember to use it, but not in like a standard regular bullet journal, which I don't understand. I mean, this is technically a bullet journal back here. You get 71 pages. I don't know why it works in here and not in a regular bullet journal, but you know, if you know, let me know. At the back of the notes section, I went ahead and continued to put more pictures from Canva here. In the past, I've taken old note sheets like this and covered these. I didn't want to do that because I didn't utilize those pages last year. So I decided I wanted some pops of color and inspiration. I thought it would be fun, and I left some spaces again for washi tape or notes, quotes, words, whatevs. My 100 list, I didn't use it all last year in my Hobonichi Weeks because I fell off of it pretty hard. I decided that in here, I'm basically just going to, I don't know, are you gonna focus? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use this for my 100 everything. My 100 favorite songs, favorite movies of the year, favorite things that happened, favorite words, just anytime I find a favorite thing in 2022, it's going on this list. We'll see how that goes. More fun. Then I have more fun pictures. More pictures in the back with space for some words. Loving all of this inspiration. I love these shoes. They're so cute. This has space where I can actually write on the pager. This one as well. Then I have some bigger spaces here so that I can add other pictures as the year goes on, or more quotes, larger quotes here that I might type out on the typewriter. Same for this. And I love this picture. This is the only picture that wasn't from Canva. I cut this out of my picture a day calendar from not this year, but the year before. I just love this. I want to write a little story about it because I think it's beautiful, and it also looks like blood, which is kind of creepy, and I want to write some kind of, because you see Red Riding Hood going down this. Ugh, I love it. And again, some space down here for a quote or, you know, any kind of picture or writing that I'd like. So in the very back, I have one last picture. No, I don't. That's a lie. I think I have two. I have another one right here. This is kind of like one of those Hobbit doors. I saw that and I thought of the Hobbit, so I put that there. And this one is just like indicating stop because you are at the end of the notebook, which I'm hoping I will fill out and it will be pretty chill. And again, I didn't fill out all of the space like before. I've covered like the entire where it says Hobo, like a wallpapering sort of, and then I've put things like layered, kind of a collage effect on top of it. But this year, I saw a lot of people doing the same thing, and I thought that looks really clean and really nice. So I did the same. A million people can't be wrong, but also they can. So anyway, this is the card that comes with your Hobonichi, telling you a little bit about either the artist. This one actually has a quote. So again, this cover is called Footprints. It was made in 1950 by Saul Leiter, and that's the Leiter Foundation, which I will link down below. And there was just, I looked at the foundation and it mentioned that part of what they're doing is trying to continue the talk and inspiration of photography around the world, and I thought that was really cool. So here we have a quote from Saul himself. I take photos in my neighborhood. I think that mysterious things happen in familiar places. We don't always need to run to the other end of the world. I think that's so true, and I love that. So I highly recommend looking him up, who has since passed, I think, in 2013. But man, what an artist. So over here I shopped on my shelf, you guys. Are you proud of me or what? So I had 2 packs of these. I put one back here, put a little picture on here, and this was just, I ripped this off. These were a couple ideas of things that could go in these little companion notebooks by Hobonichi. So the first, I don't remember, I think it's like a little more than 12 pages, maybe almost 24 pages, are blank. And I thought I could put my monthly to-dos back here because I wanted to free up these back pages for whatever. And I'm still debating maybe putting another like weekly calendar back here. 52 weeks, there's 71 pages. So if I only did the weekly side and not the memo side, I could put like more of a private weekly just for like health and stuff that I don't share. So that was something I was playing with. And then back here I could keep my monthly to-do list if I didn't put it in my dailies, because I have companion notebooks, the idea notebooks for, what's it called? Jibun Techo. Trying to keep all the planners straight, you guys. Also, I thought I could put my weekly chart. If you guys have ever followed my YouTube channel before, you know I love my weekly chart in my bullet journal. That's sort of where I just make lines of things that I want to track, like my reading and writing and how much I'm reading, what I'm writing every single day. I've kind of got that in the weekly here, where it's kind of like just categories, but it's not every single day. It's just for like the week. So if I don't like that, I can move back here and do something like that. Also, I thought I could do my personal weekly planner in something like this. So if I didn't want to carry it around with me or it didn't work out, I could just remove it. You know what I mean? So also an option. Obviously not in this one, so there's only like a few pages, but I could put another one in the front here and make it like volume 1, 3, 17, whatever I need for the year. This is just a piece of vellum. Again, sorry, I'm not sure if I purchased this in the past or if it's something I got for a freebie for signing up for something. It's just using it as a division between these blank pages and pages I've used in the back here. So I have, what's this called? I don't remember what it's called. I will flash it on the screen, but this is a collab between Paper and Cats on Etsy and Ink Imperfections. We've all probably at this point, sorry, it's just, the lighting hates this, but we've all used this insert at some point, and I bought this last year for the Hobonichi weeks. So I shrunk it down a little bit so it fit on the pages in here. If you didn't know and you've never used this before, this is the exact same amount of grids across and down as in the back here. The only difference is the edging around the page is not here. And that's how come you can, you know, tuck it in really nicey nice in the back here, because it doesn't have this thick edging all the way around. And the pages aren't numbered, so there's that. Okay, so that is my Hobonichi Weeks 2022 setup. I am excited that I have room to grow and I'm getting started. I'm keeping things, I mean, sort of simple. It's not that serious. And I love this cover. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.